We just got word from our producers that the commissioner of the Bureau of Labor Statistics has officially been fired now. What kind of precedent does this set? I mean, he's not, to be clear, he's not provided any actual evidence.
We're doing so well. I believe the numbers were phony, just like they were before the election, and there were other times. So you know what I did? I fired her.
The fact that he fired the person in charge of the jobs reports because he didn't like the numbers tells you that we're about to have one of the worst recessions. They're going to release numbers that are so fucking fake, we won't know shit.
What up, my beautiful black people? Welcome to Black People Politics Network. I'm Mr. Red. You heard what this man said, and he was not lying. Trump fired the head of the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, and the media barely blinked, except when Fox got the job report and you saw everyone go into a panic. That should tell you something. The fact that he made this firing, that's not a small move. That's a power grab. That's a warning shot to us all. When authoritarianism knocks, it doesn't always kick the door down. Sometimes it comes with a smile and a cooked jobs report. It's hard to really believe anything that's coming out of the Trump administration at this point, because what I am seeing on the streets and what I am hearing from professionals who are struggling to find work tells me everything. The phony doctored jobs report that the Trump administration gives vice what the real numbers are. It tells me everything. We have a lot to discuss, because today I intend to show you the things that I am hearing, the things that I am seeing that should convince you that something's wrong with this economy. And it is not the economy that Trump promised his supporters.
My vision is for a middle class that is once again the envy of the entire world. It's going to happen. It's going to happen fast. Workers like you and communities like this should be able to afford a nice house, a new car, and a growing family on a single income, all while enjoying the highest standard of living on
a single income. Let's go!
A few moments later.
Like Trump said, bro. Trump said that the payments start on the 1st, right? And these motherfuckers thought they was gonna get a paycheck. No, stupid.
It's exactly the economy that Kamala Harris warned us about.
He said he would prosecute his political enemies. He would cut Medicaid, Medicare. He would ignore court orders. He would alienate our allies. He would give massive tax cuts to the rich.
Let's strap in. Let's get after it.
I gotta show y'all how crazy the job market is right now. You're not gonna believe this. So I'm applying for this job. All I did was go to the page where it asks you like your contact information, but like I'm still filling out the actual job application, and I still have a lot to go through right now. In the middle of me doing the job application, I get an email that says that we're considering other candidates, but I haven't even finished the job application.
3,000. That's the number of jobs I've applied to as of today. 3,000 jobs. During the course of the year and a half that I've been out of work after a injury that happened on the job, trying to find another job has been so difficult. Now, mind you, I have 25 years experience as a sales manager, 29 years as an event manager. I'm well overqualified for any job I apply to, but yet, for some reason, over the course of me applying to 3,000 jobs, I've only had 9 interviews, and I've had maybe 15 callbacks. And all the other ones are fake.
See, the problem is people are hurting, and not just a little bit. They are barely getting by. Rent is up. Groceries are through the roof. And jobs, they're out here playing musical chairs with people's livelihoods. But you know what is worse? Gaslighting. They tell you the economy is becoming, they tell us that the economy is booming while you're choosing between paying a bill or buying dinner.
People keep building apartments, keep building these sky-rise luxury apartments, etc. Who are you putting in these? The real estate market is dropping. Everyone can't even afford rent. And then, F all that, okay? To get into an apartment, 3 times the rent, 6 times the rent, credit score gotta be 800, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. You don't know. Why do you keep building apartments if they're just gonna sit empty? It is ridiculous trying to get approved for an apartment nowadays. Why are y'all charging an astronomically amount of rent to even get into an apartment? First off, don't y'all need people in there? Oh, we need your security deposit. It's gonna be $1,000. If you don't get approved, they don't send that back for they can take up to 30 days. But y'all want that right now. Who qualifies? 6 times the rent. The rent is $3,000. Who makes that, bro?
It's not that we don't know what's happening. It's that we're being told not to believe our own eyes. They're hoping we'll stay distracted while they rewrite the story. This is exactly what happened in Germany back in the 1930s. Remember all those promises? Jobs will come back. Factories will reopen. I will fight for the forgotten man.
Starting on day one of my new administration, we will end inflation and we will make America affordable again.
Since Donald Trump has taken office, layoffs are mounting, hiring is slowing, consumer confidence is eroding, and inflation is picking up speed.
A vote for Trump means your groceries will be cheaper.
If you were banking on cheaper groceries, think again.
We have to bring bacon and eggs and everything. We have to bring it down.
The price of bacon up 4.1%. And eggs overall, year over year, are up 53%.
We're not going to touch Social Security or Medicare.
Elon Musk indicated he's now eyeing cuts to social programs like Medicare and Social Security.
Before I even arrive at the Oval Office, I will have the horrible war between Russia and Ukraine totally settled.
The fighting continues in Ukraine and Russians dropping bombs from drones.
And I will end the chaos in the Middle East. We don't have to have people dying.
The fragile ceasefire between Israel and Hamas has collapsed.
The freedom to speak our minds, it's given to us by God, and no one should have the power to take that right away.
Trump posted, all federal funding will stop for any college, school, or university that allows illegal protests.
We are a nation whose stock market continued success is totally contingent on MAGA winning the next election.
Another massive sell-off on Wall Street, one of the market's worst days in years, with the Dow plunging nearly 900 points.
Everyone is calling it I don't want to say this, it's too braggadocious, but we'll say it anyway, the Trump effect.
Turns out the only thing that Trump was fighting for was billionaires, white nationalists, and his own image.
Read Project 2025.
The former president said that's not true.
He says everything. Come on, are we really taking his word for it? Tariffs on all imports that he has described would be a 20% sales tax, in essence, on basic necessities for the average American worker. Even want to eliminate the Department of Education and end Head Start, which of course would take away preschool from hundreds of thousands of our children. Otherwise, Putin would be sitting in Kyiv with his eyes on the rest of Europe, starting with Poland. And why don't you tell the 800,000 Polish Americans right here in Pennsylvania how quickly you would give up for the sake of favor and what you think is a friendship with what is known to be a dictator who would eat you for lunch. Trump intends to cut Social Security and Medicare. He intends to give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations and make working families foot the bill. Ask Donald Trump what his plan is for black America. Democracy. You know what he says he'll do? Terminate the Constitution of the United States.
That's right.
Let me remind folks, you know what's in the Constitution of the United States? The Fourth Amendment, which protects you against unreasonable searches and seizures. The Fifth Amendment, the Sixth Amendment, the 14th Amendment. And in most of those amendments, one thing or another was about a movement spurred by black people to ensure that we would be equally protected under the law. There is a huge contrast in this election. Donald Trump has said he will be a dictator on day one.
I hate to say it, I told you so. And listen, I may not ride for the Democrats like they're my favorite team. I am personally independent. But when Kamala Harris laid out exactly what Trump would do, when she talked about Project 2025, she told you everything that this man would do. And when she said the quiet part out loud, we should have paid more attention. Scratch that. The black people that voted for her heard her loud and clear. There was a bunch of leftist groups that tried to tell you Trump would be better for their agenda.
I think that the community is going to continue to be engaged and polarized. In the final days of the race, Lebanese-American Albert Abbas welcomed former President Trump to his family's restaurant in Dearborn.
I, along with many others, truly appreciate that you made it a priority to visit Dearborn.
Abbas agreed to host Trump only after he pledged to bring peace to Lebanon and the Middle East. We're very optimistic and hopeful, and quite frankly, I'm excited about a second term of a Trump presidency. What was the perception that you thought Donald Trump will be doing?
So as Donald Trump
Trump told us he will stop the war, but now he's putting people in office that are with the war.
The lullaby dude voted for Jill Stein. She couldn't bring herself to vote for Vice President Harris because of the Biden administration's support for Israel. But she feels Trump has already squandered his goodwill in the Arab American community. How do you feel about voting Green Party now?
I feel good that I don't have blood on my hands because, like I said, they're all with genocide. So having to be not a part of all that makes me feel good.
Do you regret not voting for Harris?
No.
And they went against all of us, trying to scream and warn that it would be worse if they followed Trump. We tried to tell MAGA, but, there's a few amoeba that's not moving around up there in that brain. She wasn't doing the right thing, but Trump was going to do something different. That made sense at all. She told all of us that the fire was coming while they were still asking for more matches.
And I know you're not here to say, I told you so, but would you like to? Do you think that these people think that they can just ride out the storm and everything will be fine on the other side?
I think there are some who do, and I think that it is completely naive. I think there are a lot of people who think they're riding out the storm as an excuse to be feckless. We designed our democracy with 3 independent, co-equal branches of government. I mean, when you see that the president of the United States is trying to get rid of the Department of Education, and Congress has the role and responsibility to stand in the way of that, and they're just sitting on their hands and then they go on recess because they don't want to deal with transparency?
Let's be real. A lot of folks laughed when she said Trump would destroy democracy, lie about the economy, and go full dictator. She was absolutely correct about this. Well, who's laughing now? The man's out here talking about suspending the Constitution, jailing his political enemies, and pretending poverty doesn't exist. We need to stop pretending that Trump hasn't loved dictators and autocrats and wanted to be some himself.
I wish y'all weren't so comfortable being lied to. I wish y'all didn't fall for propaganda so damn easily. I wish there weren't this many of y'all subscribed to anti-intellectualism. I wish y'all would stop trying to see the best in people who are literally the worst.
So here's the truth. You can't fix what you refuse to face. And Trump has never faced any accountability his whole life. You can't save an economy by lying about it. And you sure as hell can't build a future by burning down reality.
There is a huge contrast in this election. Donald Trump has said he will be a dictator on day 1.
And what's funny is, if she runs again, I'm going to vote for her again. It's not even a difficult decision. It's quite literally the easiest decision in the history of decisions. You don't have to tell me twice. It's up and it's stuck. And that's it, and that's all.
Thank you to everyone who has contributed to our Cash App and helped this channel while we're demonetized. Stay vigilant, stay engaged, stay revolutionary.